keep you updated. Well, you'll notice that Karula is staring very intently at something, and I'm going to break the rules here a little bit and just show you what exactly she's looking at. So, I'm just going to pan across. Zoom out a bit, Scotty. Sorry, I can't. Well, we saw a little bit of movement there, a slight foot stretch that moved the roundleaf teak, and that's about the most we've seen in the last half an hour, 45 minutes. Oh, although the other guy's up, I think we're going to try reposition the vehicle. Is he up, or is he just licking? Can you see there, Brian? He's sitting up.
Maybe he'll walk over here.
Apologies from the chopping backwards and forwards. I'm not sure what the issue was there, but there was a warthog, well, there still is a warthog, that's not too far away from her, but it's quite a big and dangerous prey item for a female leopard to take down a fully grown warthog. If she had piglets with it, she may certainly have altered her behavior, but I think she sized up that warthog, and it's quite a big male and a bit risky for her to take on, and especially considering she's not desperate at the moment. She's well fed from that steenbuck that she fed on last night, so she's opted out and decided to continue grooming herself and relaxing here at the waterhole. And I believe the lions are still fast asleep with Brent, but hopefully within the next few minutes they'll get up and active.
Start and end your day on Safari.
And show you the shot of the full moon rising above the acacia tree. Andrew's tweaking something obviously, and now we are really getting to see the incredible patterns on the moon. And whatever you're doing there, Andrew, well done, because that looks incredible. So, a magical, magical evening here at Treehouse Down. Andrew's just spotted a woodlands kingfisher that's finished showering and now coming to dry itself on this branch, but it's not a great visual, and I've just got word from Alex that the lines are beginning to toss and turn, so it might be worth cutting back to Brent and watching these two old boys wake up, and we'll keep an eye on Karula and see what she gets up to. So from the full moon, Andrew and myself and Karula, we'll catch up with you a little bit later. Welcome back, guys. We've moved away from the second male to the other male. We lifted his head for literally about 30 seconds. So we came around here, and as we came around, he literally just flopped back down again. But he is a male lion, and they do sleep a lot. And so I think we've even passed my time that I was hoping, I guess, that they would wake up. So if any of you have got the next half an hour, you've got the best chance of getting closest to what time the lions are going to wake up. If you go out a bit, Brian, and just show the flattened grass around this area, so you can see there's flattened grass all around where the shade would have been this afternoon, and that's basically every time he's got a hot. He's moved and flopped onto another area, moved, flopped into another area. So it hasn't moved very, very far today. Or he probably did in the early hours of this morning, but not during the day today. So this is the Matimba who's got the injured paw, and the other one we were looking at earlier is the one with the dark belly mane, so to speak. Oh, tired kitty. And as we said this morning, that they're not full, but they have eaten something. So they're not in a huge rush to get going. It's always fascinating at this time of the day how the sounds change. And you've got a few of your diurnal bird species still calling, but you can start hearing your nocturnal insects coming out. And you have some crickets, and you got the very distinctive crested francolin calling in the background there. Sort of end of the day call. Often you have them early morning and late afternoon. Oh, the other guy is still flat. And He's definitely still flat. Oh, we've got a bit of a standby for a second, folks. Nope, false alarm. Oh, there's a yawn and a stretch. Come on, guys. You can see it's quite relaxed, but you can actually see the claw retracted slightly there in that stretch. And you can see the little pink sheath of skin that the claws come out of. It's fascinating how lions and leopards have those retractable claws. Also, that's why if you ever get scratched by one of them, you need to treat very, very seriously, because there's lots of rotting carrion that gets stuck in the claws, so it can lead to a very bad infection. Nice orange glow in the background. The setting sun. Was one of Brian's favourite sayings. Another tough day in the office for the WildEarth crew.
Another tough day for the WildEarth
Crew out here in a Djuma private game reserve in the low veld of South Africa. One of the most amazing wilderness areas, this whole area. And it's amazing over how the last 20 years a lot of the areas even further away from the sort of core area have changed, and game farming has taken over from cattle farming. Oh, we got a yawn. Oh, starting to show some signs of waking up, but a very, very slow wake up. And his partner, his coalition partner, is still a very flat cat. There's a comment that's just come through on Twitter. Apparently it must be a slow day out here if we're watching sleeping cats. Well, sleeping cats have to wake up at some point.
I'm just going to go forward a few meters. The other male has lifted his head, which is a bit more action than we've seen for a while. Actually, I think that's going to be the best view between these bushes here, right? There. Is that good? Just let me know if I must move. Thank you. He's doing a bit of grooming. Just trying to get that. Remember guys, we do really appreciate your questions. Unfortunately, we can't get to as many of them as we would like during the day and during the drives. But if you do have any other questions, please remember, it's hashtag Safari Live on Twitter and questions at wildearth.tv on email. So close. That was lovely. And a little shake, a little scratch. It's quite nice to have the other vehicle with us there. It's giving us some very interesting backlighting. Pity his coalition partner is not doing the same. Oh, that's a nice, lovely shot there. Looks like he might come up to us and come greet his brother. Or coalition member, if you don't know it's his actual brother. Don't do it. Don't lie down again. Oh, you lazy bones. Let's move back. Let's wait for the other vehicle to move first. Oh, maybe we might get some action on this side here. Yeah, let's move back. Well, at least it looks like they're taking it in tandem. Should give a nice yawn shortly if he's just sat up.
And welcome back, and apologies for the crash from Brent. Hopefully there's nothing serious wrong there. If so, I might head across there to continue that sighting. But Karula is just ahead of us. We heard some squirrels alarm calling nearby, so we drove off to go and investigate. We didn't find anything, but let's just make our way back on in to Karula. And she's still lying up where we left her, so we'll pick up where we left off. Looking a bit more active now, Brent. That will be interesting because the moon is so bright, whether we can pick up any ambient light without using any form of spotlight to show her. So let's let Andrew zoom in on her, and hopefully we'll be able to see her without even any torchlight. And it certainly is a little bit blurry, but isn't it wonderful to think that we're viewing her now with no spotlights at all, just using the full moon. And we've had so many great shots of her today that there's something almost quite mysterious about this image. I guess it gives you an idea of what it might be like for any prey animals at night. The vague shape and form they get of any of the predators approaching them. And you can probably hear some fiery-necked nightjars that are starting to call. kind of rings out like they're saying, "Good Lord, deliver us," is one of the phrases that people use to describe its call. And I'll just keep quiet for a moment and let you listen. Well, I believe that the picture is completely black, and I'm happy to leave her like this here at Treehouse Dam, and this is the complete setting that we're exposed to at the moment, and it really is beautiful. A magical evening here. There's just one vehicle left in the sighting, and that's yours. And what a great first afternoon for him back here in the bush. Not a bad start to his trip at all. But the plan for us now is that I think we're going to head on across to those lion and see what they get up to in the next while. I think the situation does allow for a slight extension in the broadcast this evening, so we'll see how things go. I'm about 5 minutes away from the lion, so I'm going to head up there. Alex has still got no signal from Brent, so let's head on up there, and I'm hoping we're going to get to see these male lions roar this evening. Andrew's done a great job taking me on a full tour of our surroundings and the beautiful full moon that we have rising above us. Copy that, Brent. I'll just stand by on Twin Dams for you to leave that sighting and then make my way when you're done. Yours, have a great evening, buddy. We'll catch up over the next few days. Okay. Well, off we go. So shame, a real pity about Brent and Brian losing signal. I really do feel sorry for them. They've spent a lot of time with those lion, from all the way from tracking them down this morning through to spending a lot of time this afternoon with them. And it's only fair that they get to spend a little bit more time there with them in case they do something. But we're going to make our way across. It'll probably take us about 5 or 10 minutes, and by that stage hopefully the lions will be up and about, and like I said earlier, hopefully roaring, because it's something that I haven't seen from a very close position for a long time. And it really is such a powerful thing to experience. You can literally feel the vibrations as they roar. It's one thing that, if I could choose one thing to be able to show guests of mine that come out on safari, it would be that. It would be to hear male lions roaring from up close. That for me is possibly the most powerful experience you could imagine out here in Africa. And maybe, just maybe, we'll get to see that this evening.